Hey, before we get into this video, I would just like to apologize for the poor audio quality. I was not using the correct microphone when recording. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Pigeon Master, and today we are going to go and look through the similarities and differences between Unturned 2, which is what I have on right now, and the first Unturned game. Now obviously Unturned 2 is still very much early into development, but there are still some big differences, and obviously not, since it being in beta, none of this is final. So everything is subject to change. Everything you're seeing right here, it's all subject to change. So, without further ado, enough babbling, let's go on to the first difference, which is how storage works in this game, like backpacks. So, see, I have a backpack right here. There's one in here too, but let me put that on myself. And you see, it's nice and good. But, here, I'll just do it this way. So, you see, I have my backpack right here. Now, if we right-click on this and press inspect, you see we have these little top and bottom straps here, and we take those out. See, it changes the physical appearance, and also gives us less space here. But if we just drag those on, inspect, and then you can see how much thing it is. But if we press inspect on this, we got a top strap, bottom strap. It gives us extra space. And now, alright, so now I am in Unturned 3.0. If I just open up my inventory here, grab a green travel pack, which is probably the closest thing in this we have to the modular one. We put that on, and as you can see, if I open up my inventory, I have this much storage. And that's a set amount. There's no, like, inspect, right-clicking, just takes it off. It basically, all storage is a set amount. There's no, you can't, like, add straps or anything into it. The next difference we're going to be going over is, a big one, which is, honestly, how food works. Now, obviously, food in the future in Unturned 2 is going to change, but right now, it's all about getting damaged. But food works much differently right now. So if I go over here to the bandits, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but if I just can get them to shoot me once, and then open up my inventory, if I can, open up my inventory, I can press consume, and I'll heal. Now, food in the first Unturned obviously works as food should, so you can see right under my health there in the corner, there's my food, and I'm a little bit hungry, it just went down a bit. I have myself some canned beans, and watch, I also am missing some health, but when I eat the beans, I gain health and my hunger too. Also, you can get health by using a health kit. Obviously, I'm full HP, so it doesn't matter. But you can use a med kit too. So hunger, basically, it works how it should. So now, considering our bandit here is out of ammo and he wants to fight, we'll go on to our next one, which is shooting. Now the crosshair in Unturned 2 is a single dot. And if we go into third person here, if we zoom in, we have no crosshair. We have to guess. I don't know if this is intentional or just how it is right now. But if it is intentional, this would definitely bring down the amount of efficiency in third-person combat. But so if we go back into first person, you can see down there in the bottom right, we got our bullets, our 15 right there, that's our mag size. And now if we shoot once, obviously. So after a couple shots when you kill someone, instead of them dropping all their loot everywhere, like they do usually, they actually just drop this box, and you can go through and steal their crap. Now, combat in the first Unturned 3.0, obviously works a little differently. So I have the same exact gun, actually, that I do in Unturned 2, an Eagle Fire. And I got a zombie right here. And I'm gonna get his attention. And he didn't drop anything that time. But he got plenty of attention. You might also notice it took a lot more shots to kill the bandit than it does the zombies. These zombies you can just one-shot. But as you can see, a couple of them dropped the stuff, and instead of it being like in a little box or something, they just dropped it straight on the ground. Same thing with players, too. Here, if I go over and let a zombie kill me, so notice me. If I let them kill me, this is taking a while. Alright, so I died, and you can already see that I've dropped the stuff right there. But yeah, so that's how combat works in Unturned 3.0. So now that we've just picked up a plate carrier, I'm going to go to our next topic, which is armor. So if we go back over here, we will see that we have some plates here. And if we put those on, now, we open up our inventory, press inspect on the plate carrier, you can see that there's stuff right here, and these big plates, you see they light up when you want to put them in. You put those there, and it does increase the weight, which is something we'll get into a little bit later. But now, if you were to get shot, if you were to get shot, sparks would fly off of you. Now, I can't really show that very well. Actually, wait, one of these, but basically, when you would get shot where your vest is, you would take less damage, basically, and sparks would fly off. See, blood flies off of him there. But yeah, no. And then there's also smaller plates you can put on for the sides. Now, armor in Unturned 3.0 obviously works different. There's none of the plate stuff. So you can see there's my epic character right there. But I don't have any armor on right now. So if I were to run up to this zombie right here, he hits me, and it does 9 damage, and that's only because I have a little bit of armor from clothes right here. Now, if he will go away, please, and let me put on my vest. Oh. So let's see. Now, if he hits me, he doesn't do quite as much. He does like 7. So that's how armor works. Armor basically just has a set value of defense, like it would in like an RPG or something. And it will continue to protect you until the durability runs out. Now, going on to our next point, which is weight, you might notice I'm starting to move much slower. And that's because like in Skyrim, much like Skyrim, there's a weight limit, and the more weight you're holding, the slower you get. So right now, if I take off my plate carrier, I still move pretty slowly until I think you actually have to drop it. Drop. I still move pretty slowly, but it's much faster than if I am wearing it. See, much slower, because this is sprinting right now. So, That means combat's a lot more diverse. So this is still kind of a combat category, but combat now it's actually viable to go in without any armor. Because if you go in without any armor at all, or a backpack, and just, you know, your basic clothes, you can run much faster into combat. Now, however, I would probably recommend just keeping the backpack so you can actually pick up their stuff. Now, in Unturned 3.0, there is 0 weight in the game. As you can see, I'm wearing an Alice pack, really big backpack, you know. And I'm wearing a vest, and I even have a minigun. And you see, bunny hop around, you know. I run exactly the same, even when holding the minigun. It's only when I go to rev it do I lose any speed. Now, for another thing, you might have noticed I have this car key here in my inventory. That means we're going to be going over vehicles now. Now, vehicles have always been an Unturned since before it was even Unturned, back when it was Dead Zone on Roblox. However, now, in order to unlock a vehicle, you have to hold F to bring up the menu, and do that, and you can lock it, unlock, and then you can press F to get in. And there is a little bit of a bug where if you're holding a gun, your hands will go. But that also means you can shoot through the windows. Or, alternatively, pull down the windows and shoot out of them. I would recommend the rolling down windows because you can roll them back up and get some sort of cover. Anyways, we'll take the gun out. You can see now we actually have our hand animations. So, we'll just start driving. And here, if I go third person here, you can see the off-road physics are much better than they are in Unturned 3.0. Unturned 3.0, they're really buggy. And this is a perfect example. You can get shot at. Because I forgot there's a... Now, I've just flipped my car over. And you might notice that the grass is crushed and go over this. But there's actually drifting with cars now. First time there's been drifting in Unturned. And if we go in first person, you actually see when we drift, our character goes on to the handbrake there, and does it. It's a pretty good detail. There's a lot of good details, like there's blinkers and headlights. I think you saw one that turned them on and stuff. Now you cannot, as you saw there, you cannot run over the bandits have not been programmed yet to be ran over, so if you try to run them over, they'll just go on the hood of your car and kill you, like you see here. Now, this you can also see a little bit of a bug right now where, depending on how your view was shifted when you die, that's how it is when you spectate. But if we just respawn, everything's back to normal. Now, vehicles in Unturned 3.0, obviously they are less detailed. This is about as detailed as they get. Not super detailed. There is a hand animation, but it's a little bit misleading. You can see it's not really actually touching the wheel. And they're still turning. Obviously the inside's not as... there's no blinkers and no windows actually at all. There's no windows. And that's not just this car, like, none of the cars have windows. You can see here. Cars don't seem to be as fast, and also if I go off-road, you can see the car already just kind of freaks out. And it's not as great physics. You can't really tell it when it's going this speed, but if you like see there. But however, things are programmed to be ran over, so you can just run over zombies like that. And it's fun. There's also bikes. There's more different types of vehicles, like a bicycle. Which, I mean, you don't, you do kind of pedal, but if you look down, it's an illusion again. You can't run over zombies with a bicycle, and that's what I was talking about with vehicle physics. Look what's happening right here. So, let me show these zombies a lesson. This is what you get when you destroy my bike. See, they destroyed the wheels on the bike, and now you can't use the bike at all. Now, the final thing I want to go over today is how grass behaves. So right now, the grass is red, and I'm not quite sure. I think it changes color every time you die. But, well, okay, I'm not really going over grass, more graphics in general, but in Unturned 3.0, you can actually turn off grass completely. And that makes people in ghillie suits completely and utterly useless, because you can just see them because there's no grass. This one, you cannot turn off the grass. But what you can turn off is if I walk upon the grass and look back, the grass gets displaced, which is a pretty cool effect. And it does it when I crawl to, anything at all. And if you saw there, it also does it with your car. Now you can turn off the grass displacement off if your computer's not the best and you can handle it. This also works with snow, however, snow isn't in the game right now. It was only in there for winter, and I did not have access to this during winter time. Now the grass in Unturned 3.0 works differently. Ignore the massacre over here, but look at the grass. Now I have my grass set pretty low. Now if I turn it up to ultra, see, I get a lot more grass and even a couple flowers. And it kind of displaces, but it's not the same. It kind of like moves out of the way. But that movement is also client side. So if you're sneaking up behind someone who's crouching and sniping, the grass won't actually be moved out of the way. It's just client side. Also, if we go over to graphics again and go over to grass and turn it off, we have 0 grass now. We just have the texture, obviously, for quote-unquote grass. But this also makes anyone who's wearing a ghillie suit trying to blend in with the grass, basically their best bet is a bush, because you can't turn off bushes. But yeah, so that's how grass works. So, those are the main differences. Obviously, there's smaller ones, but those are the main differences between Unturned 2 and the first Unturned. Yeah, so see you guys in the next video. Bye!